And on to our developing story tonight. The US-based Global Financial Integrity Organization in a report revealed the illegal flow of 2.88 trillion rupees out of the country in a 10-year time frame ending 2013.
News1st exclusively spoke to economist and co-author of the report titled Illicit Financial Flows from Developing Countries from 2004 to 2013, Joseph Spangers.
We characterize that as something illicit, given that it's an illicit transfer of money and an illicit, effectively a lie to the government of your country. So it may not have been earned by illegal means, but it was certainly transferred by illegal means. Now, in the case of Sri Lanka, nearly $20 billion left the country illicitly over the 10 years from 2004 to 2013. Of that $20 billion, $17 billion left through trade misinvoicing, primarily through import over-invoicing, or overstating the value or volume of a good that's been imported into Sri Lanka. I would certainly encourage perhaps the Financial Intelligence Unit or some part of the Treasury Ministry to look into some further investigations here. And again, we have worked with financial intelligence units in other countries on identifying major sources of this problem, and again on fixing policies that may make this type of behavior easier to do. We would be happy to work in confidence with the Sri Lankan government to develop and implement policies to reduce illicit financial flows from your country.
NewsFirst spoke to the former governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Ajit Nivard Cabral, who was the head of the CBSL for 7 of the 10 years investigated by Global Financial Integrity. He said that he cannot comment on the matter.
Trade misinvoicing occurs when international trade takes place. Both importers and exporters, they either under-invoice or over-invoice the actual transaction. For example, the importer wants to take the money out of Sri Lanka and park it somewhere else. What he would normally do is he will over-invoice the import. At the same time, the exporters will under-invoice because that is the amount of money that would come to Sri Lanka through legal channels. And finally, the excess amount that they have indicated in the invoice would be transferred in their name in some other country where there is tax haven and also there are numbered accounts. So this is happening in order to transfer monies out of Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka has laws, but unfortunately, because of the number involved are so high, the Sri Lankan authorities are unable to check each and every transaction. Therefore, they would do so only when there is suspicion about heavy over-invoicing and heavy under-invoicing, which is called the misinvoicing of the foreign aid trade transactions.
From the beginning, we knew that a lot of money had been swindled out of the country, and the speculations were there. It was $17 billion, and then it's $18 billion and $19 billion. Now this says it's $19 billion. And that's the amount that we even calculated with all the projects, especially non-solicited proposals which came to Sri Lanka during that time period. Definitely the banks must be questioned at this juncture and ask them to provide us with all the details. And once we have the details, the first step is we must make sure that we must bring the perpetrators before the law, and we must find methods to get the money back. And then you can deal with the bank. If the bank has not informed, they are supposed to inform when certain amount of money goes out of the country. And then you can take action against the banks also.
Attention was also focused on the Panama Papers at several events held today. It says that there are some Sri Lankans involved in this. Everything can be found out, from who these people are to how much money has been stashed away. But what I am surprised about is, why is this government, which spoke so much about good governance, still silent on this? The entire world sees this. No one can hide for long because technology has improved. No one can prevent the wrongs that one has done from being exposed to the world. There is a dire need for us to amend our laws to suit international laws.
All this, surely, Hemanta, are monies that are being held away from the authorities in Sri Lanka, and therefore public money.
We are puzzled. We think that we have been, not only the ordinary people, not only the people on the street, not only the people who shout Jai Veva, even the people like us have been misled. I mean, in Colombo, so many people voted for this government in order to eradicate corruption. In order to send some money to my son for his education, the number of forms, the number of documents I have to fill, and still ultimately the bank makes various queries and the money is not sent in time. But here, people stash millions and billions of dollars and no questions are being asked.